Favorite book couple? This should be fairly obvious. A new favorite author you discovered this year. I count this as technically discovering the author. What's an overhyped book that you read? Got it. I don't want to be this person. Feel free to roast me in the comments completely. Okay, well, everything's falling, so no, stop it. Just that. Hey, I'm back. Well, hello, I'm Erica, I'm Maud, and Happy New Year, Happy 2025. December, like the other Decembers have December before it. December was super stressful for me. It was just a lot in December. I didn't get to make as many Christmassy videos as I wanted because I just quite literally did not have the time. But alas, I have time for this, and I want to do the end of the year 2024 book tag. Also, in next week's read along video, you're gonna see a lot of what I'm about to talk about because I want to do a quick little Christmas haul because my Christmas was amazing. I'm not gonna show you all the items, but you will see the ones that I don't talk about in the next video because I'm gonna use them because they're like bookish things that I love. Anyways, I'm not doing a full Christmas haul because I'm going to visit my friend next week and we're doing Christmas presents then, and then like another friend is long distance, so she's gonna send the gifts and I'm sending them to her, and then my one friend gift already, and then I saw her, it was just like a whole thing. And then for my dad, I got this really cool like wearable blanket cape with like a hood, and it's a heated blanket because I am always in sweatshirts around the house and I get just so cold really easily, even in like the summer. So it's kind of perfect. I use it when I read or like game, watch movies, whatever. I love that thing. Then I also got like a tea steeping mug that's all glass, which is perfect because I've really been trying to move away from like tea bags because they just aren't like the best for you. And even then, it's like there's no reason to be like ingesting those microfibers or any microplastics. So he got me a like tea steeping mug, but dad also got me this like entire make your own blend tea set where it has a bunch of different like tea ingredients. So it has a few different teas, green tea, stuff like that, and it has like dried ginger and lavender and hibiscus flower. I've been really liking just some black tea with hibiscus and ginger. It's been really good, so I think I'm gonna make that later on when I read. And then he also got me 2 books. One is Healing Herbal Teas because he knows that I am like a little green witch and a little kitchen witch. I have loved going through this and all of the different recipes. It's basically just like a recipe book for teas. Then he got me Appalachian Witchcraft for Beginners and I love it. And I've gone through it a little bit, but like it's got some really good stuff. Creating Sacred Space of the Mind. Go to a space with no distractions and it's basically like a guided meditation. And what I find hilarious is that like religious family members and like religious people that hate me online, they view me and they're like, the witchcraft, it's evil. I'm like, I'm literally meditating. What? But don't get me wrong, I'll put your name in a jar. Anyways, and then I got like a bunch of chocolate and he got me this really nice like dessert wine because I love a good port around Christmas. So I wanted to show just a little bit of my Christmas presents. Anyways, let me get to my Goodreads so that we can get into the book tag and the year wrap up. Okay, so I read 25 books. My goal was 20, so that works out. I do count novellas. You want to be angry somewhere else. Oh, my average book length in 2024 was 417 pages. That checks out. Before we get deep into the tag, I will say that like I became such a romance girly this past year. I think that in my last like book haul, I remember I was so sick last December. It was weird. Last December I was so sick too. It was so hectic. I need to have a December that's just like chill. But I had said like I just got done reading Fourth Wing. I think I really like romantasy, and like I had read Hannah Grace for the first time. I had read Icebreaker and I was like, I think I might get more into romance this year because I was strictly like a romantasy and fantasy and like thriller reader. Like the fluffy books were not tea for me last year. And this year I was like, I want to lean fully into it while staying with my suspenseful stuff too. So it's like, I think that when you close yourself off to a genre of being like, I just, you know, only like these types of books, and I used to say like romance is not for me, I'm not about it. I'm about it. I love it. I love a good fluffy book where I know everything's gonna turn out fine. Sue me. Anyways, feel like the biggest change I saw in my reading this year, but let's get into the tag. So the first question is most disappointing book of the year. And I have to go to my Goodreads for this one because I don't own it. I read The Offside by Avery Callan or something like that. I read The Offside. I gave it so I finished it on January 15th, 2024. I gave it 2 stars. And honestly, I think that was generous. It just wasn't good. It was boring. I didn't like the direction that it took with the characters at all. It had a lot of tropes that I didn't like. It was horrible. And again, I read that when I was getting over being sick, so I was like deep in reading. I just read Wildfire and I was like, oh my god, I love this. I love these types of books. Let me find more. And so I looked up what books are like Icebreaker. And The Offside claimed that it was, and it wasn't. I'll never insult you by comparing you to people like that again. I'm so sorry. Also, I got the special collector's edition of Hannah Grace's Probably Smut. That was my birthday present to myself. So, what is an underdog book? Okay, alright, okay. What's an underdog book? I think that this could be considered an underdog book just because this isn't like a well-known author. She only has 1 book out. I think she's working on another one as far as like her Instagram tells me. Her name is Annie Crown, and this is The Night Shift. And I didn't expect to like this book as much as I did. I thought it was going to be like a 3-star for me. It's just a very cute romance. It's really cute. It's fluffy. It deals with sort of like finding a self-confidence that she didn't have before. It's just a really cute romance that's based around a little bookworm. And if you're a little bookworm and you're looking for like a new read, a new author, just like a different vibe, I recommend Annie Crown. It was really good and I really enjoyed it. What's an overhyped book that you read? Got it. I don't want to be this person. Feel free to roast me in the comments completely. I understand and I respect your opinion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here's the deal. I don't know what it is. And you guys know that I'm still working my way through this series and I'm currently in the middle of A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's okay. The whole series is okay. With how hyped it was, I thought that it was gonna be like another Fourth Wing for me. I thought that it was gonna be like another that situation where I'm like, oh my god, I'm so obsessed. The first book is so slow. This was a like 3-star, 3.5 star for me, maybe 3.2. The rest of this series, I can tell, is probably gonna be a 3-star for me. This was a 4-star. 3.8 if we want to get exact. This is my favorite book in the series so far. It's not bad, and I'm gonna finish the series, but it's just disappointing. A book that surprised you. So it's called the Score series. It's by Kenna King. Hockey team series, sort of like similar to Hannah Grace in that matter. I just really enjoyed the series. I got into it over the summer. I didn't really finish the series yet, but that's fine. I'll pick it back up at some point. Cute, fluffy romances. Love it. Favorite book couple? This should be fairly obvious. Violet and Xaden. Duh. And 2 would be Sloane and Rowan. Your favorite main characters of the year? Okay. Violet. Oh, I read the book She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica. I can't remember for the main character's name, but I really enjoyed her. Really good book. A new favorite author you discovered this year. I count this as technically discovering the author because while I watched the show, they are not based around the books at all, so I don't count that as technically liking the author. I like the director and Penn Badgley. But Caroline, she wrote the You series. I really enjoy her. She's a fantastic writer. She's funny. Also, this doesn't matter to anybody else, but I really like the tabs I picked for all of these books. Author that didn't work out for you this year. I'm not gonna read Throne of Glass. I just can't do it. And Throne of Glass is like a 17-book series. And while I want to do it for that reason to be like, yeah, I did it, I can't do it. It's just her writing style. What's the happiest book I read this year? That's a good one. Probably How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. It's cute. It didn't get too deep in the sad bits, you know, but it was good and I was really happy and I laughed like the whole time I was reading it. So what's the saddest book you read this year? The saddest book? Probably Home is Where the Bodies Are. And hear me out, because this isn't like a directly like sad book, inherently sad, but it was just tragic. It was akin to The Quarry Girls, how it was like this really great suspenseful story, but just had so much tragedy surrounding it. So probably Home is Where the Bodies Are, but that shouldn't stop you from reading it. Most frustrating book you read this year? The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. And that was simply because I had such high expectations. Because I love the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, it's so cute, but Cinnamon Bun Bookstore was just really disappointing and it was hard to get into it. I went over that in a previous review. It's just an annoying book. What was your favorite book adaptation of the year? Again, you know, the You series. Ooh, good question. Your favorite covers of the year. I think I'm biased and I don't know if this counts because they're special edition. Icebreaker's over there, but I have it. It's the Probably Smut Maple Hills series covers. Just look at how pretty like these covers are. They're gorgeous, they're limited edition, they're kind of rare. They just give me the warm and fuzzies, you know, so they're my favorite covers. A book you haven't stopped thinking about. Maybe this is because it's coming out. And I will be making a full dedicated reading vlog to it. But I can't stop thinking about these two beautiful little angels here. Your triplets coming home soon. Your triplets coming home soon, it's okay. I did pre-order that. Pre-ordered it the moment it was announced. It is on the way. It's gonna be on my Kindle at midnight. I can't live in a world where I don't know what happens. Unpopular book that you love. Surprisingly, How Your Neighbor Stole Christmas. I didn't know that this was so controversial. A lot of people like in my reading groups and just like some booktubers that I watch really didn't like this. I loved it. It was narrated like the Grinch. It was funny. It was cute. I really enjoyed it. A book you thought you'd love but you didn't. Not to keep bringing it up. See previous statement. Book with the most unique concept you've read this year. So I don't know if it's a unique concept because it's dark romance, but I like the concept that like two serial killers find each other and like team up to make the world a better place by getting rid of actual monsters. Book you read this year that you would reread. I can't say Fourth Wing again. You know what? I think I would read the third You book again. This one's her best so far. I do have to finish the fourth, granted, but I really liked this book. It was like the most fast paced, it was the most interesting, it had the most drama and like the most twists and turns and tea. I really enjoyed this book. Goodreads 2024 reading goal reflection and the reading goal for 2025. My reading goal for this year was 20 books and I ended up reading 26. I think I meant 24. 24 in total, not counting rereads. So my goal for this year is just 30 and I hope that I exceed it. I think I found a lot of good like authors this year too. So like another goal is to like expand on that. Book you wish you got this year. Here's one that I always look at and I'm like, oh, I should probably read it, but I just haven't read it yet. So let me know if I should. Assistant to the Villain. It looks really good. It looks like a fun little book. And last but not least, what will you prioritize in your 2025 reading year? I want to prioritize not giving everything a 5-star just because I finished it and I immediately rated it. I want to like take a day after I finish a book. I really want to take like 24 hours from now on before rating a book. I think the only exception to that is going to be Onyx Storm. I'm already here for it. I'm already prepared. But yeah, that is it. That is my 2024 reading wrap up. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year!